I am making a deck profile or an updated deck profile for my shark deck after the release of Maze of the Master, or is it Maze of? I believe it's Maze of the Master, not Masters. As this deck technically got two cards. One is direct, the other is kind of an indirect support card. And I figured why not try updating the list. So starting off with the monsters, I play 3 copies of Silent Angler. Silent Angler has the effect that if you control a water monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. But if you use that effect, then you cannot special summon monsters from your hand for the rest of the turn. And then next, I play 3 copies of Hydrojet Shark. I'll try centering these a bit better. Hydrojet Shark has the effect that if you control a water Xyz monster, you can special summon this card from your hand for free. You can only special summon once per turn that way. And then if this card's in your graveyard, you can banish it to take, or to then be able to add a Aqua Jet card. I can't remember if it's from deck or grave or just deck. Okay, you can add an Aqua Jet card from deck or grave to your hand. And then it also has the once per turn effect, which I hardly ever use it, so I always forget it exists. Of once per turn being able to send a shark, fish monster, or an Xyz spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard. And then next, I play 2 copies of Drake Shark. Drake Shark is essentially the Snake Eyes Poplar for this deck. As if it's added from your deck to your hand, then you can special summon it for free. Then if you use it to Xyz summon a water Xyz monster that requires 3 or more materials, then this can be used as 2 of them. And then a Shark Drake Xyz monster that has this card's material gains the following effect. Or once per turn, you can detach 2 materials, target a spell or trap card your opponent controls, attach it to this card as material. Next, I play 1 copy of Lantern Shark. Lantern Shark has the effect that if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon a level 3, 4, or 5 fish monster from your hand. And then if this card's level can also be treated as 3 or 5 for the Xyz summon of a Xyz monster. Or can be treated as level 3 or 5 for a water Xyz monster. And then next, I play 3 copies of Buzzsaw Shark. Buzzsaw Shark has the effect that once per turn, you can target 1 fish monster you control to then special summon a monster from your deck, or a fish monster from your deck that has the same level as the targeted monster. However, if your target leaves the field, then Buzzsaw Shark's effect will not resolve. So Buzzsaw targets self, your opponent has an ogre, you just cry a little bit. And then the monster you summon in defense has its activated effects negated. And then next, I play 3 copies of Surfacing Big Jaws. Surfacing Big Jaws has the effect that if you've activated a spell card, then you can special summon this card from your hand. And then when Surfacing Big Jaws is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 level, I can't remember if it's level 3, 4, or 5, or just level 4. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, you just add a fish shark monster from your deck to your hand. So it just adds any fish shark. And then its last effect is it can be used as level 3 or 5 for the Xyz summon of a water Xyz monster. And then next is the new shark monster that I play 2 copies of, which is 2 copies of Cutter Shark. Cutter Shark has the effect of when a card or effect is activated that targets a monster you control and no other cards, or when a monster you control is targeted for an attack, while its card is in your hand or graveyard, quick effect, tribute that monster, and then special summon this card. If this card is special summoned, You can activate this effect so that during the end phase of this turn, you can add a water monster from your graveyard to your hand, except for Cutter Shark. Then you can only use each effect of Cutter Shark once per turn. I'm currently trying out 2 to see if I like it or not. Because if I don't like it, then worst case scenario, I'll just cut it to 1. But I honestly think it does have some merit to it, so I figured why not try it. Then I also play 1 copy of Crystal Shark. Crystal Shark has the effect that, as a quick effect, you can target 1 water monster on the field, have its attack, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. And however, it is banished when it leaves the field. And then it can be treated as level 3 or 4 for the Xyz summon of a number monster. And then lastly, for the monsters, I play 3 copies of Abyss Shark. Abyss Shark has the effect that if you control a water monster, you can reveal this card from your hand to then special summon itself. And then it will add any level 3, 4, or 5 fish monster from your deck to your hand. And then lastly, it will then make it so that the next damage your opponent takes in battle from a number monster is doubled. And you can only use that effect of Abyss Shark once per turn. And then Abyss Shark counts as level 3 or 4 for the Xyz summon of a number monster. Moving on to the spells, I play 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster. And I'll go ahead and say it now in case some of these spells are confusing. This build is meant to blind go second, so it has a bunch of board breakers instead of hand traps. So Harpy's Feather Duster just lets you destroy all spells and traps from your opponent's field, which I honestly like doing with Ryzeal, as it gets rid of their field spell, which is just a monster negate on resolution. Then I play 1 copy of Called by the Grave. This just lets you target an effect monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if you do, negate the banished monster's effects until the end of the next turn. And then next, I'm trying 2 copies of Ocean of Regeneration. I want to play 3 copies of this, but I only really have 2 at the moment, so I'm trying out 2. But Ocean of Regeneration has the effect that once per turn, you can target 1 water monster in your graveyard that has 1,000 or less attack points. Special summon it, however, it's destroyed during the end phase. I don't remember if it does anything besides that. Target a water monster, 1,000 less attack your graveyard, special summon it, but destroyed during the end phase. You only use effective Ocean of Regeneration once per turn. Okay, so that's all it does, but I honestly like it because they can bring back Hydrojet Shark, Drake Shark, and I believe it can bring back Drake Shark, and it can bring back Silent Angler. Worst case scenario, I don't like it, and I just take these out for 2 more board breakers. And then I also play 2 copies of Lightning Storm. You can only activate this card if you have no face-up cards on the field. But Lightning Storm you can activate to either destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls, or you can destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. And then next, I play 3 copies of Dark Hole. Dark Hole just destroys all monsters on the field. And then next, I play 3 copies of Raigeki. Raigeki just destroys all monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Next, I play 3 copies of Aquajet Surface. Aquajet Surface has the effect that you can activate it to special summon a level 4 or lower water monster from your hand or graveyard. And then it also has the grave effect. If you can banish this card, target a fish, aqua, or sea serpent. I need to read to make sure. Okay, so I actually got that first effect wrong. You activate it to special summon a level 4 lower fish, aqua, or sea serpent monster from your hand or graveyard, but you're locked into Xyz monsters while you control that monster. And then while it's card's in your graveyard, you can banish it, target a fish, aqua, or sea serpent monster you control, and it gains 1,000 attack till the end of the turn. And then next, I play 3 copies of White Mirror. White Mirror is essentially a monster reborn that can be ashed, unfortunately, because it has the effect of you can target a level 4 or lower fish monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, add a monster with the same name from your deck to your hand. Or you can add. And then lastly, I play 1 copy of Virtue Stream. Virtue Stream lets you target 1 fish, aqua, or sea serpent monster you control, and 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy those cards. And then Virtue Stream also has the grave effect of if your fish, aqua, or sea serpent monster, or you can banish it, target a fish, aqua, or sea serpent monster you control, and then next time that monster be destroyed by battle or card effect, it is not destroyed. And then that is it for the main deck. If you'd rather play... One other thing of note is that I might make another deck profile if I can... Or once I have copies of 7th Tachyon, as you can use that. Reveal number 101, add any level 4 water monster from your deck to your hand. And then another thing is, if you don't want to play the cards I put in here for Blind going second, or Ocean of Regeneration, you can just take those out for hand traps. Moving on to the extra deck. Starting off with the extra deck, I play 2 copies of Totally Awesome. I hate the card's name so much. But Toad has the effect that when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send 1 Aqua monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard to negate that card and destroy it. And then if you destroyed the card, you can then set it to your field. And then if Toad is sent to the graveyard, you can then add a water monster from your graveyard to your hand. Which, I can't use it in this version as I took the Kragans out of the extra deck. But if you're playing Kragans, then you can actually attach these as material to the Kragans, and their effects will trigger when these go back to the graveyard, which I actually think is really funny. Then I play 1 copy of Lavirtue Dragon. Lavirtue Dragon has the effect that when it's special summoned, you can add Virtue Stream from your deck to your hand. And then once per turn, you can detach material, target I think it has to be level 4 or lower. Nope. Detach the material from an Xyz monster you control, to then take a fish, aqua, or sea serpent that's in your graveyard and return it to your hand. And then its last effect is once per turn, you can target 2 Xyz monsters you control, move a material from one to the other. What you do is you summon this, detach material, so you can return a thing to your hand, and then use its other effect, moving its last material to another monster. Because normally, Virtue Stream you'll target Lavirtue Dragon with Virtue Stream. And then next, because it's a water deck, I play 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller has the quick effect of being able to use material. 2, they make it so that your opponent's activated effects and grave this turn are negated. And then while it has the water monster as material, all your water monsters gain 500 attack points. And then because I am playing Toad in a Shark deck, I have to be playing 2 copies of Bahamut Shark. Bahamut Shark has the effect that once per turn, you detach material, special summon a rank 3 or lower water monster from your extra deck. However, Bahamut Shark cannot attack for the rest of the turn. And then I play 1 copy of Shark Drake, 1 copy of Shark Drake Vice, and 1 copy of Shark Drake Love Ice. Shark Drake has the effect that once per turn, if it destroys a monster in battle, you can detach a material, special summon the destroyed monster from your opponent's graveyard and attack position with 1,000 less attack points, and then Shark Drake can attack again. I'm not even going to talk about Shark Drake Vice, as it's only in here so you can summon Love Ice with 1 additional material. And then Shark Drake Love Ice has the effect that you can also Xyz summon it by discarding a spell card, and then using any Shark Drake Xyz monster you control. Mainly because Shark Drake Vice, you can summon by using Shark Drake, and that's effectively only be used if you have 1,000 or less life points. And then Levias has the quick effect of being able to detach material, target a monster your opponent controls, negates effects, and reduces attack points to 0. And then it also gets 2 attacks during each battle phase, and it does piercing, and it's able to do piercing damage when it battles a monster in defense position. And then next, I play 1 copy of Nash Knight. I honestly forget what Nash Knight does. So in the field, during the main phase quick effect, you can attach the first card, attach a number monster, number exceeds monster material. That's number 1. You can attach one other basic monster. Basic monster on the field. Okay. It has the effect that while you control a number monster, it can't be destroyed in battle. And then once per turn, you can detach material. Or is it 2 material? I honestly don't remember. You attach 2 material from it to then attach a number monster from your extra deck that has a number between 101 and 107 to this card, and then you can attach 1 monster your opponent controls to it as material. And then I play 1 copy of Chaos Xyz Nash Knight. Nash Knight has the effect that you also exceed it by using Nash Knight you control. And then once per turn, you activate its effect. Well, we need to read more. I don't know what this does entirely. Can't be destroyed by card effects. You can detach material from this card. Personally, your second number Xyz has a number between 101 and 107 in its name by using this card's control, but destroy it during your opponent's next end phase. Okay, that's treated as an Xyz summon. Okay. What I choose to do is Nash Knight will attach Silent Honor Arc to his material, and then Chaos Xyz Nash Knight will summon Chaos number 101 Silent Honor Dark. Silent Honor Arc has the effect that once per turn you can detach 2 materials from it to then target a special monster your opponent controls, attach as material. But since you're not ever going to summon this card but that way, you don't have to worry about that. And then Silent Honor Dark has the effect that once per turn, it can target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, attach it to its card as material. And then if Silent Honor Dark is destroyed while Silent Honor Arc is in your graveyard, including its initial destruction, then you can special summon this card back from your graveyard, and you gain life points equal to its attack points. However, if you summon this card back from the graveyard, it cannot attack for the rest of the turn. So you can't just have it attach an opponent's special monster to this card, smack it into something bigger than it, so it's destroyed. You can bring it back, have it attack something weaker than it, and then be able to, once per turn, take another special monster. And then lastly, for the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Future Number 0 Utopic Future, which is just in here so I can then play the 1 Future Number 0 Utopic Draco Future. Draco Future cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And then when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can detach material, negate that monster's effect, and if you do, you can then take control of that monster. And that is it for my Shark deck profile. If you don't want to play the Nash stuff or the Silent Honor Dark, then you could easily just take those out for 1 copy of number 4 Stealth Kraken and 2 copies of Stealth Kraken Spawn. But if you have any ideas what I can do to improve the deck besides adding 7th Tachyon, as I will be getting 7th Tachyons, I just haven't decided what to replace them with. I just haven't gotten them yet, I should say. And then if you have any ideas what you can do to improve the deck, and just decks that like be made in the future, or decks like to see face each other, comment down below. I always read the comments. Thank you for watching.